All right, what's going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video.
Yeah, man, this is our, I believe, 8th mock draft. I lost count.
It's a mock draft.
It's a mock draft, yes, and the NFL draft is right around the corner. It's quickly approaching, thankfully. It's pretty much a month away, man. I can't believe the draft is literally around the corner. It's going to be here before we know it. So it's real exciting, man. But anyway, back with another mock draft. So let's just get right into it, man. With the 49th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select J.K. Dobbins, running back out of the Ohio State. The more and more I think about it, I think that the 49th pick, our second-round pick, is going to be best player available because of the free agency pickups we made with Eric Ebron and Steven Wisniewski. On the offensive side, that really helps us gain some flexibility when it comes to not only the offensive side of the ball, but the draft in general. Right. So this gives us more flexibility to, go after other needs and
look at other options.
Right, and that could be the scenario at pick 49. The thing is, though, tight end's out the picture, so we're not getting tight end. We could still select guard in the second round, but with Matt Fielder possibly playing left guard or Wisniewski playing left guard or starting there or whatever scenarios they can do with Wisniewski as a flexible piece for replacing B.J. Finney and everything and him being starting material. Who knows if they're even going to select offensive line with the first pick. So I think it's going to be best player available, and that arguably could be J.K. Dobbins. Now, it could be J.K. Dobbins. It could be T. Higgins if he's there. It could be Jalen Reagor. It could be Antoine Winfield if we want to go safety. It could be a defensive tackle. It could be any position there, honestly, because of how stacked this draft is. But honestly, it could be J.K. Dobbins. This guy has first-round talent. He's going to be a second-round. Well, he might get drafted in the first round. Who knows? But I think he's going to be drafted in the second round, and I think that's where he's going to drop to us. And we all know with our, running back situation now, when all guys are healthy, we have a very steady and comfortable and dependable rushing game, I'd say, with James Conner, Benny Snell, and Jalen Samuels, and even Kareth White back there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the issue. When they stay healthy, can they? Can James Conner stay healthy? Benny Snell, he's just a backup for now. Jalen Samuels, he's a backup. He's not necessarily a dependable starting guy that you want to lean on. He's just a backup you swap in and out to keep the guys fresh.
Exactly, and we've said countless times that Conner cannot stay healthy. No matter how good he is, he can't stay healthy.
Right. Now, the best way for him to stay healthy and keep him fresh is, of course, like we just said, swap guys out, put Samuels in there, put Snell in there, and in this case, it could be Dobbins as well. But the thing is, we all know Conner's contract situation as well. We are big fans of Benny Snell. We're hoping he breaks out, and in the second year, he shows more burst and that second-year leap that a lot of guys usually show, especially recently at the running back position with guys like Le'Veon Bell and James Conner recently. So it's possible, but you still can't be unsure, man. So that's where we go get J.K. Dobbins. We depend on the rushing game. We start swapping guys. We get a running back committee going in Pittsburgh with J.K. Dobbins, James Conner, Benny Snell, and even Samuels if you want to put him in the backfield. I'd more so use him as a receiving back because that's where he's best at. But either way, you get a running back committee going. You keep the guys fresh. J.K. Dobbins is the eventual guy to take over Conner's spot when he leaves Pittsburgh because of his contract expiring and everything. So that's just my scenario there. Let's know you guys' thoughts down below. I just think we got to depend on the rushing game.
Mm-hmm.
That's something me and Bob and a lot of Steelers Nation have been talking about is we got to start using the rushing game. It's even shown in the past number of years when you use a steady rushing game, it really helps you win. I mean, look at the Titans. They went all the way to the championship game because of Derrick Henry himself. You had, of course, the 49ers, man, rotating guys, and they had injuries, and they still brought in guys and started rotating guys, and they were able to reach to the Super Bowl. So just think of what could happen with this team, not only with the defense we have, but if we were to get a steady rushing game going, especially with Ben coming back. Exactly. We all have high hopes for Ben potentially being comeback player of the year, but still, we got to get some pressure off him. We got to take some weight off his shoulders, and that is using the rushing game. And a guy like J.K. Dobbins is the prime example of a Steelers fucking running back, man.
Absolutely. I couldn't say it better myself.
Exactly, man. He is tough. He's physical. He's strong. He's got some speed to him, which is scary. And he's got the durability and the heart and the strength to just keep on going and, get back in the game when it matters most and still help out his team, help out his squad. And he can still be used in the receiving game as well if you want to use him there. So he has all the tools of what you would want in the Steelers running back. You got speed, you got durability, you got heart, you got grit, man. You got receiving ability. So all that in the one, and he's not going to be a day one starter, which is scary to think about for him in the Steelers rushing game in the future.
He could be a day one starter. I feel like he has all the potential to start day one.
Oh, yeah, I
really do.
For any team. But
I don't think that will happen because of
Connor, of course.
Yeah.
But still, nonetheless, you bring him into Pittsburgh behind our offensive line, behind our rushing game, behind Ben and everything. I think that speaks greatness right there. And it's only going to get better for Dobbs if that's the case. So
absolutely.
Let us know your guys' thoughts down below.
Now, the 102nd overall pick, the third-round comp we got, Pittsburgh Steelers select DaVon Hamilton, defensive tackle from the Ohio State.
Yeah, so 2 straight Buckeyes, and why not? J.K. Dobbins helps strengthen the rushing game and is our future dependable guy there. And same thing would be said with Hamilton in terms of stopping the rushing game on the defensive side of the ball and filling in that gap that Hargrave left, of course, when he signed with the Eagles. Good for him. But we like Isaiah Buggs a lot. We've been stating he could be the steal of the draft when it's all said and done, in the next couple years. And Tyson Alualu is dependable enough to switch to D-tackle, and he can play D-tackle. So if you want to put him there, it's possible you could use Buggs and Alualu to fill in there as well. But you still need someone that is dependable and someone that is more, I say scouted or well scouted or well mannered or well
built. I guess
built,
you can
I'd say
for because defensive tackle right now is a position of need. Like we said, we like Buggs. Alualu's dependable at times, but they're not really. Well, I hope Buggs can be the future replacement, but as of now, he's nothing but a depth guy. He's still in development. Alualu, he's getting old. So we need youth on this defensive line because our starters are getting old. And Hamilton adds that. He adds youth, he adds depth, and he adds a lot of talent to a position of need in defensive tackle.
Right, and you put him between Hayward and Tua, that could be good for him as well, man. And I'd love to see a position battle with guys like Buggs and Alualu and Hamilton. And that's only going to make those young guys better as well. That's going to make them more hungry to win that starting gig. It's only going to make them better as players at this young of an age and this young of a stage for these guys. So that's a great thing to look at as well. So
yep.
I think he'd fill in nicely. He'd fill in that gap for the rushing game, be a plug-and-play guy who has pass rush ability as well, which is good to think about. Yeah. So now it's 124th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. The Pittsburgh Steelers select Shane Lemieux, guard out of Oregon. So we signed Steven Wisniewski. Real good sign, very dependable guy who is starting worthy, starting material, of course. He has experience there at the position that you need for that group as well. Mm-hmm. And whether we move Fueler to left guard and have a right tackle battle with Banner and Chucks, that's fine. But if one of them doesn't pan out, you can still move Fueler back over to right tackle and put him with Wisniewski and still have a dependable left guard at the same time. So either way you look at it, Wisniewski's going to fill in nicely, either as depth or as starting guy, or however they want to maneuver the offensive line in a positive manner.
Right.
And that's where Lemieux would come in. Not only be depth, but he would mostly be a development, of course, for when Wisniewski's 2 years are up. He would eventually step in for when Wisniewski leaves, of course, possibly retires at the end of his deal, and then he should be primed with. Because he'll be in his third year, so we should be primed.
Yeah.
Lemieux is one of our favorite guards coming into the draft class. I think that, well, first of all, Lemieux and Pittsburgh, it's just, if you guys know the story there, so why the fuck not,
Exactly.
So,
but Shane Lemieux, he adds depth to the offensive line, youth to the offensive line, because just like the defensive line, the offensive line's getting up there with age, so we need to apply a lot of youth to this offensive line, and Lemieux adds that a lot. And he's very good at pass protection, run blocking, and I feel like if he's developed well, he could be a stud for the offensive line in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And with 2 years of development, so that could really prime him there as well. So With the 135th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Tyler Johnson, wide receiver out of Minnesota. So we finally go wide receiver there, or here actually, and there at the 135th pick, we go Tyler Johnson, wide receiver out of Minnesota, to add to this young receiving core that has a lot of promising potential. Tyler Johnson is another one that would add to that. Now, he's not necessarily the fastest or the quickest, but he has incredible hands. Mm-hmm. He has some of the best hands, I think, I'd say, in this entire draft class. And his contested catch ability is incredible as well. So, I mean, Ben can toss it up, and he's a guy that you would depend on right there. Unlike guys like Johnny Holton or fucking Ryan Switzer. So, I mean, you have Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, and James Washington, and then you add Tyler Johnson to the mix. Those are 4 pretty dependable guys that you can toss the ball up to and have faith in. Exactly. So that's the way I see it, man. You can run those 4 receiver sets, put them anywhere on the field. They'd still be mismatches, very dependable targets that you can toss the ball up, have faith in, have trust in, make the big play. And the way I see it, Tyler Johnson has the potential to be a great deep threat as well. So if you want to use him on the deep ball, which Ben loves a lot, he's a dependable guy there with great hands, great concentration, great adjustment, great range, and great physicality, I'd say, when it comes to those 50-50 contested catch balls. So that's the way I see it right there. You add that to the offense, add a little more spark, a little more big playability. I like it there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right there, so.
Now the 198th overall pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Jaylinn Hawkins, safety out of California.
Yeah, we finally go safety depth.
And that's pretty much it for the most part. He's nothing but depth. I mean, we got Dangerfield back, and we have Marcus Allen, but outside of that, we literally have no depth at the safety position.
No, it's very thin. So we need depth, and that's where Hawkins would apply. He could be a guy to challenge Edmonds in the coming years, maybe. I don't know. He would, of course, mostly start out as a special teams core guy right there.
Yeah.
If you want to bring him in to get his feet wet on the field, that's special teams, but also as a box safety there, I could see them using that in training camp with the second and third team guys there, especially in preseason. Hopefully we get preseason. Because, this whole coronavirus stuff going on. But, I mean, that's where they could get his feet wet there, maybe test him out on the field. Maybe he could be the new dime backer if the Steelers are looking at it that way. That's the kind of stuff that Hawkins would apply there, but he'd primarily be depth and a special teams core guy right there. So,
yeah.
That's the way I see it. And the same thing could be said with the 232nd pick, where the Steelers select Dane Jackson, cornerback out of Pittsburgh. Cornerback depth. I mean, we have the cornerbacks that we need. Hayden and Nelson speak for themselves. We got Mike Hilton back. Cameron Sutton's a dependable backup, so if you want to run those dime packages, Cam Sutton is a guy you can trust in there, who I think needs to get more playing time.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And we got Justin Lane, who's still in development.
Right. So, and most of those, especially a guy like Justin Lane, is going to get a lot of special teams ability or a special teams time to work on his development, get his feet wet and stuff. That's where Dane Jackson would help in as well. He'd be depth at safety. He'd be depth at cornerback and work on special teams, strengthening up special teams right there. So that's pretty much it there. But that's the mock draft. Quick little run over. With the second round pick, it's J.K. Dobbins. Third round pick, it's DaVon Hamilton. With the fourth round selections, it's Shane Lemieux and Tyler Johnson. The sixth round pick, it's Jaylinn Hawkins. And the seventh round pick, it's Dane Jackson. So let us know you guys' mocks down below, man. And we'll be back with another mock draft, of course, next week. We're going to be doing weekly mocks leading up to the NFL draft. So let us know you guys' thoughts down below, man. Give us your guys' mocks down below as well. See you guys in the next one.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!